the islands.
It was a first class experience. I truly enjoyed the lunch at the Tuscan restaurant on the Celebrity Solstice. It was fantastic. And I was just talking to Kathy about this very impressive special Kama'aina rates you're offering, which are, you're at the rates here that are too good, offers that are definitely too good to refuse.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're very fortunate to be able to offer some of these resident rates, or Kama'aina rates, as we call them, for our Hawaii friends, for folks who are interested in sailing with us. All over the world, I think a lot of those rates are currently mostly focused on Asia and Australia and New Zealand, some even New England, if anyone's interested in traveling all the way over to the East Coast to see some of that fall weather next fall. So variety of options. Unfortunately, nothing for Europe yet, but that definitely can change in the next month or so.
Well, I have always wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand, and I've gone to 40 countries, and I have not yet gone to Australia and New Zealand. I've wanted to go and wanted to go. I mean, really, truly, for the last 10 years, I've tried to arrange it. And when I got this rate that you offered, I looked at it and I said, I've got to do it. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to do it this time. So I booked the 10-night New Zealand cruise on the Celebrity Solstice, because I have a fondness for the Celebrity Solstice Aqua class. You know that.
Yeah, as you should.
Because I love the Blue Restaurant. I just love the Blue Restaurant. So I booked that, and I'm going to be going and just actually doing some research on hotels in Auckland right now, because it leaves from Auckland, and then it lands up in Sydney, and it does a nice circle of New Zealand. It's a very nice cruise, and having not been to New Zealand before, I think it gives people a real taste of, because it does a nice circle of the the top island and then some of the ports in the South Island as well, right? So
that's fantastic.
Well, give us the idea. What was the general idea? Because not a lot of course, Kathy's the expert on this, but not a lot of cruise lines besides Paul Gauguin that I know of have Kama'aina rates.
Yeah, so it's something that's always available to folks. It's just kind of more of a offer that could change every week. So every Tuesday we have updated rates, and you can certainly check with Kathy to see what those rates are looking for during the week. Do want to keep in mind, though, that the rates are very heavily discounted, which is great. However, they are not combinable with our brand promotion that includes the perks. But if you're someone who's just strictly looking for a great deal, that's definitely the route to go with the Kama'aina rates.
Well, I agree, and Kathy and I have actually been back and forth texting and emailing, because I went online, and of course there was an update. You were changing the celebrity site on Sunday, but there was this factor that I wasn't aware of. That it is a great deal, but you do have to pay for your internet. But even adding up the internet, it was I'm doing the one where I pay for the internet on top of it. Because it's still a good deal when you do that. And I believe on one of these, what I'm doing is $100 on board shipboard credit. But you have to really, and that's where someone like Kathy comes in, a travel agent comes in handy, kind of navigating you through the waters of what you want and what you don't want, and ways to go on a situation like this, because you have a lot of options and choices, which is good, right?
As well as confusing.
Yes, as well as confusing. Yes. Yes, absolutely true, and then you have to make the choices. And with the Aqua Class folks, and I'm just putting this out there, you can go and eat there, and it's wonderful dining. And every night they get to know you. You get a relationship really with your server, and you're greeted, and they know your name, and they know what you like. So it's really nice. But you can go, of course, to the other dining rooms now. That particular Aqua Class doesn't get you into, I think you have to be on the suite level to get into a new restaurant that you have, which wasn't on board. Solstice did not have, last time I was on it, that new one, which is it Lumiere, or what's it called, the new
Yeah, Lumine.
Lumine. Yeah, when was that put on?
couple of years ago, so it definitely has been a couple of years since you've joined us on Solstice. But it's a great specialty restaurant that's designed for our suite guests. But if you are traveling with guests who are in a suite, you can certainly dine with them in Lumine, but you would have to pay a specialty dining fee. And it's pretty reasonable. It's $30 for dinner, $20 for lunch, and $10 for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so the Lumine does all of it. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. So that's one of the perks of getting a suite.
Yeah, definitely one of the many.
Yeah. And then, okay, I'm sure Kathy and you get this question quite a bit. So someone gets one of these great rates, but then they want to upgrade to the higher level, like maybe Aqua Class, or these days some of the concierge classes are almost equal in desire for the Aqua. Do you see this, Kathy, that people sometimes even want Aqua Class more than concierge class?
No, actually I don't.
Oh, people want the concierge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see that, Alex? What makes concierge desirable over Aqua Class?
Well, I think the only issue with Aqua or booking into Aqua Class, if you're in a group setting and you're traveling with folks who are not booked in Aqua Class, they unfortunately wouldn't be able to dine with you in Blue.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, the advantage of concierge class is the location of the staterooms. They're in desirable locations on the ship, and you do get a little bit of extra goodies for booking into concierge class. And concierge class just has the main dining room. So especially in the group setting, I think that that's something just to be aware of if you're traveling with folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a group going, or my family is my group.
Rather large
and two
group.
other couples. But I on an Alaska cruise on May 31st on the Solstice, and we're in the concierge class. So you get a lot of the services of a concierge, so you don't have to go to the main desk. You get to board early, and there's a couple other little amenities that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are the rooms larger?
I don't think so. No, they're not.
Nope.
No,
they're
they're not. Yeah, they're the same as Aqua Class and the regular verandas, but just the different services.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So tell me, I know there's a lot of excitement and buzz going on about this brand new celebrity ship. You're going to go see it, aren't you, Kathy?
I'm going to cruise to nowhere.
Florida. There's a lot of interesting new things. You've got not just a refurbished, but a brand new ship coming. When's the inaugural cruise on that?
So we're going to start sailing in December of this year. I can't believe it's already here. We've been talking about this for over a year now, and it's just counting down the days at this point. So she's named Celebrity Edge, and she's going to start her Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries in December. And then she'll head over to the Mediterranean for the 2019 summer season.
Now, what makes the Edge different?
So the ship itself, in terms of design, first of all, the design team that we worked with were folks not involved in the cruise industry. So I think that was a really...
Really?
Yeah, Nate Burkus, who's a very well-known name.
Mm-hmm. I like Nate.
They had a lot of input as to what they envisioned on this type of cruise ship. So, it's not a traditionally designed ship. So you're going to see a lot of outward-facing types of design, lots of floor-to-ceiling glass, even our ocean view staterooms, rather than a smaller window to look out of, they're floor-to-ceiling glass.
Wow, that makes it a whole different ball game. What a great idea.
Gosh. Yeah, so it's really designed to take in the destination as you're sailing.
Wow, I love that. That's going to mean more people are going to want to stay.
And the beds, too, I think are ocean-facing.
Are they?
Too. Is that right?
Some are. In the suites, a lot of them are ocean-facing. But we also have a new concept for our veranda staterooms. They're called infinite verandas. So rather than your traditional pull the sliding door open to step out into an outdoor veranda, it's more like a French balcony where you'll push the doors to the sides step onto the veranda, which is actually inside of the stateroom. And then it's your decision as the guest to open or close the window. So the window will open and close to balcony height, and it's really your decision if you'd like to let in air or just utilize the space for indoor space instead.
So it's going to feel like the veranda is part of the room more.
Yep, exactly, which makes it larger, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, I love larger.
Yeah,
I think I'm not the only one, right? What are you doing differently as far as dining?
So we are kind of reinventing dining on Celebrity Edge. Traditionally, on our current ships, we have just one main dining room with 2 levels. So for Edge, they've decided to split the main dining room into 4 smaller venues, and each smaller venue has a specific theme to it. So we'll have an Italian theme, a French theme, Mediterranean, and a global theme. So folks can really choose where they'd like to dine for our Celebrity Select Plus dining option, and they can also decide at what time they'd like to dine. So it's not necessarily structured in that way. We also have traditional dining still available, but we feel that a lot more folks will want to do the flexible dining to experience all of it.
So are they going to be separate rooms, or are they just going to be a kind of open rooms, or how are we going to handle that with the 4 different options there?
Sure. So think about a main dining room with 2 levels, like we currently have aboard Solstice, for example. So now we're just going to be splitting the one venue into just 4 smaller. So there'll be 2 on one deck, and then 2 restaurants right above that on the higher deck. So they'll all share the same galley, but they'll just be divided into 4 smaller restaurants.
And now is that there going to be an extra fee for choosing those, or is that all part of the main? All part of the main, consider main dining room. But I think that's going to be very popular. I like that idea because you get more choices. Exactly. I mean, I like Mediterranean food myself, and you really haven't had that. A Mediterranean restaurant per se. There's nights where you feature that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So a variety of options. Definitely will not go hungry on board Celebrity Edge. We're also introducing some new specialty dining concepts. So if you're familiar with Celebrity currently, what we offer, this ship will offer a completely new selection for specialty restaurants.
I like that idea. So it seems like there's been a lot of rethinking of your clientele, because it seems to me, and I'd like your input on this, Kathy, that Celebrity is a little bit younger than possibly the silver ships, the Silver Stars, and younger maybe than Regent. You seem to have a kind of a midway meeting of the demographics in Celebrity, and possibly a little more active because of that. And are you taking that in consideration? It sounds like this is kind of a sophisticated idea for a ship.
I think that the ship design initially was definitely designed with a younger demographic in mind, just because of all of the features that it has. We just introduced a new type of theater experience, just a club that we're putting in for those late nights if anyone enjoys those, and it's just really a different type of vibe in that way.
Yeah.
And, we're still definitely catering to the older demographics, but we are trying to tap into the younger generations as well to get them on board and try us out.
The millennials.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think so. Yeah.
So I have to say, one of the things I enjoyed, now I've been on Seabourn, Oceania, quite a few times, and others, but I have to say, and some of these ships don't give, and Paul go again, don't give the entertainment options that I enjoy as much as Celebrity. In my mind, the entertainment I've seen at Celebrity have been the best entertainment that I've seen options, and partly because also you offer 2 shows a night, and that I really like. I like to get up early, and when you start a show at 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night, I'm out of it. There's no way. I can't make it, even traveling. So you were saying also on this new ship you might have that in mind also with a new concept for entertainment?
Yeah, so entertainment will still, should be at least from my understanding, still hasn't been officially determined, but offer 2 shows per night. But there also is entertainment that happens all over the ship besides in the main theater. So there's this new space that's called Eden, which will feature a dinner theater type of experience. So you're interacting with the entertainment while you're on board. And then we also have, the club at late night types of DJing and even just live music throughout the ship as well. So plenty of entertainment available if you don't make it to the shows or you'd like to kind of experience something else. Definitely some opportunities for that.
I think I heard you say on board that you actually have a center in Florida where you have all these entertainers trained, that they actually hone their skills and theater performances pretty uniquely right there at your home base, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we're part of the Royal Caribbean family. So as an entire organization, we've built this facility in Miami where everything is, directed, choreographed, rehearsed, created in this space. So every single show that you see on Celebrity that's a production by Celebrity is something that you won't see anywhere else in the world. It's very unique to our brand, and it is something that's created and inspired by other pieces of entertainment that's out there, but it's unique.
Mm-hmm. And that is, I think, what I like about it, because I like that kind of entertainment. Again, having that feel is, I think, again, a new concept. And did you have any special new kind of people coming in? I mean, to create a ship from scratch and have all these new ideas, sounds like there's a lot of planning involved in this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This ship overall has been in the works for about 2 years now. So everyone involved, from the design team to the engineers, a lot of work has gone into this, especially with all the technology that will be on board as well. So, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the final project, and I can't wait to share photos and more information about it when we get to check it out in the fall or in the winter.
Well, you're gonna go, Kathy, aren't you? In
December 4th. Are you going to be on that sailing?
I will be there too.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not that far away. That's coming up pretty
we'll get
fast.
to experience it together. I'm excited.
Yeah. Is that the brand new premiere?
The pre-inaugural cruise, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And then you have another new ship, the Flora, that's coming out in May.
I hadn't heard about that.
That's for Galapagos.
Oh, yeah. Again, that's the hot place because a lot of people, I hate to say it, but maybe they've done the Mediterranean cruise 4 times, and that kind of says, like, I've done this Mediterranean cruise 4 times. So it seems like people are trying to explore more places. Like, I know I'm doing that with New Zealand and Australia. But Galapagos is a very hot topic and a good hot place to go right now, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a really great destination. I've heard everybody who comes back raves about it. Definitely a bucket list type of item to do one of these days for me personally. But our new Flora ship is another new vessel that was created with a destination in mind. So it'll have a lot of elements that you'll see in terms of decor and outward-facing spaces, like on edge.
So obviously the ships going to Galapagos have to be smaller, right? So it's probably a smaller ship, correct?
Yes, so it's 100 passengers, so
that's
much
really
smaller
small
than our current cruise ships.
Whoa, that's a whole different. That's one of the smaller ships. Even Paul Gauguin's 300 people. Mm-hmm. So that's a very small ship. Where does that leave out of to go to Galapagos? Where port do you leave out of?
So you would leave from Baltra, which is in the Galapagos Islands. So you would catch a flight from Quito, Ecuador, over to the Galapagos, and then embark on your 7-night cruise, which offers 2 shore excursions per day. It's an all-inclusive, so all of your drinks and your tips and internet when it's available is already included on that. And then you would fly back to Quito from Baltra after the cruise.
That's interesting. So now what was the idea behind making everything all-inclusive? Because I know some ships do this, and sometimes, truthfully, you can save a lot of money.
I don't think you have much options there.
I think overall, just the Galapagos is somewhat of a expensive destination because it's so remote.
Yeah.
So by Celebrity putting it all together in a package just makes it a seamless vacation for everybody. And, you just know what you're paying up front and no surprises at the end of the adventure.
Well, I do like that. I really do, because sometimes these shore excursions can add up. I mean, more and more shore excursions can get a little pricey. And it's not unusual to see a shore excursion costing you $150. Up to $200 is kind of the going rate now. They've gone up over the last 5 or 6 years from what they were before. And so it is something that I think is something definitely worth considering. So this is going to be May for the Flora? When's the inaugural cruise? May?
So May of 2019. Well,
with 100 people, is it already sold out? I mean, that's pretty small.
It is. It's not sold out, but definitely we've been taking bookings for a few months now and definitely still have space available. We also have another vessel that is in the water currently called Celebrity Expedition, and that's another option. So we have both options there coming in May of 2019.
Now, is Expeditions also for Galapagos?
Yes, and that is going to be 64 passengers.
Whoa, really small. Wow.
Really small, yeah.
Wow, that's smaller than some of our Pacific Whale Foundation ships that go out here in the harbor. That's very intimate.
Part of it is because the Galapagos is such a remote location, it's capacity controlled by the government of Ecuador. So that's part of the reasons why our ships have to be that small.
I didn't realize it was controlled by the government.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like they have to give you a pass or a certain amount of people? You have to apply for it, and then you...
Yes, exactly. So Celebrity has contracts where we have a certain amount of passes to give out per year. So that's why, the vessels are smaller and can only take as many folks as allowed for the contracts that we have. But when the guest embarks with us, their pass is included in the price that they pay for the ship. So that's part of the all-inclusive as well.
Very interesting. Wow. So folks, if you want to get on board, better call Kathy at 244-1414, because it's always fun to say you were on the inaugural cruise. And there's like this certain newness and excitement of everyone, having that first cruise out. Is the one that's on the Edge, that's probably all booked already, isn't it? You said March that's going out?
No, that's December.
Oh, that's December. So that's got to be booked already, right?
Yeah, for the most part, it is pretty booked, but, you can always give Kathy a call and see if she can find some space. I'm sure cancellations come up every now and then, so it could get really lucky.
Yeah, where's that going?
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
The maiden voyages are in the Caribbean, starting with Western, 7-night Western Caribbean, and then a 7-night Eastern Caribbean, back and forth.
But it will be doing the Mediterranean cruise in the summer, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
So you can do that
in April.
Well, gosh, it's very exciting times, and I like what Celebrity's up to and what Celebrity's doing, and I really look forward to my cruise. I've been just jonesing for a cruise, I tell you. I mean, all it took was me to get on board the Solstice there, and once I got on board, I got to take a trip. I've got to take a trip. So it's really great that you're offering some wonderful deals, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be reporting on it for sure. And yeah.
Oh, I just have a funny little story. Our friends, the Hubbles, that were getting on the ship in Lahaina, and they were looking for their room when we had the tour on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So he calls me, and he has this panic voice, and he goes, I need your help. And I'm like, oh, what happened? Are you on board? He goes, my room is so big, and I can't find Nancy. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So they were so excited, and I haven't heard from them since they've sailed off. But
they were doing the going down to Australia.
Yeah, they
right?
got on in Lahaina, and they were going to Tahiti and New Zealand and getting off in Sydney. So
wow, how fun!
But he was very excited about their cruise when he got on board.
So happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, it was good seeing you, Alex, and I really appreciate you taking the time to call in and give us the latest info on what's going on. I didn't realize all of this was going on. It's so exciting.
Of course, anytime. And trust me, I have plenty more I can share with you. So hopefully we'll get to do this again.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex, and a big aloha.
Thanks, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Aloha. Have a
Aloha.
great cruise.
Thank you.
That was fun.